In this video, Ecobee Smart Thermostat and why I decided to change from the Nest over to this unit. Plus, I'll give you some tips on the installation and stuff in the menus that's going to make it run a lot better for you, and some other tricks that'll let you run it with the smart home a lot easier. Alright, first things first here. When you get this thing set up, go into Settings. Go into Settings, Installation Settings, and Thresholds. Most of the meat of what you want is in this thermostat is in here. I do have a 2-stage furnace, decided to set it up manually. Most of the time my stage 1 keeps up quite nicely. It's going to take me a winter to see exactly where I want to set this thing at. I know 5.6 or whatever the value I have is not going to be the one. The compressor min cycle time, it's just for your AC, how long you want this thing to run, or what's the minimum amount of time this thing is going to run. I set it to the maximum allowed value, which is 300 seconds. The heat dissipation time and the cool dissipation time, you'll see it, there's a heat one right there, is 300 seconds as well. And what this will do, it just runs your furnace fan after your heat has turned off. It's just a nice way of taking the remaining heating out of your ducting, blowing it around the house, and also circulating the air, giving you an even temperature around. There's the stage 2 delta. This is the one that I was talking about. I'm going to need a winter to figure out where to set this thing, because I don't want the stage 2 coming on unless it needs to come on. This is one of the things with the Nest. It was kicking on way more than what it needed to. Anytime you would manually change the temperature, it was kicking on the stage 2 if it was more than like 1.5 degrees. Now, why do I want it to do the stage 1? Efficiency is the first reason. Second one is it's much more desirable to get a nice slow rise in temperature than it is to get like a blast furnace going. So how do these things rate here? Nest versus the Ecobee. When it comes to the app for the Nest works all the time, but it's very, very simple. What you can do on there is very limited. Think of it as the old Honeywell thermostat. Essentially, it lets you control that from your phone. Now, Nest's claim to fame is you just set your temperature to whatever you want. It's a smart learning thermostat, and it's going to adjust. I didn't find that worked for me at all. That's my honest opinion. That is one of the reasons why I went over to the Ecobee. I can customize and set the schedule to whatever I want. Can you do that with the Nest? You can do that as well with the Nest. The scheduling on the Nest is not as convenient as it is on the Ecobee. Once you set up the schedule on the Ecobee, that process is very much the same as the Nest in the app. However, you can change all of your settings for day, night, all of that with a couple of clicks. The Ecobee kind of separates it more to what temperature do you like to sleep. You can change that temperature and it goes through all your scheduling, and now that's your temperature for when you sleep. I did find one little app glitch as well. Sometimes when you're trying to enter a new comfort setting, you click save, you go change another one, you click save, and sometimes they'll bounce back. Usually the second try works, but just pay attention to it when you're doing the app. Small glitch, that's a minor thing. You have sensors with both the Nest and with the Ecobee that you can put around your house. Well, that's fantastic. The only option that Nest currently gives you with that sensor is set the temperature to that sensor or set the one to the one that's mounted on your wall. The Ecobee, it is truly a smart thermostat. You can do whatever you want with the data that you get out of there. Plus, they also sense occupancy. The single biggest reason I swapped from the Nest to the Ecobee is for those sensors. I can actually do something useful with those sensors. Now, what did I want to do? I have a house with a ton of windows that get a lot of direct sunlight. On days when that happens, the fan in the furnace needs to come on and circulate that air, or the upstairs will get 6, 7, even 8 or 9 degrees warmer than the basement. Am I going to close my blinds? No. In winter, it's very nice to get some direct sunlight and get some warmth in the house. So I want to circulate that air around. Same for in the summer. The basement, that cool air, I want to bring that up through the house, and I want to keep my house the same temperature throughout. Smart thermostats on Ecobee and an app called Webcore. You can do just about anything that you want, and I'll show you a screenshot of the Webcore and what I've currently got set up, the operation that does that for me. Is there a downside? Is there a plus side to either or? If you want something very simple to just put on your wall, have an app that works rock solid, don't want to customize it, go with a Nest. If you want to customize or work with a smart home in any way, shape, or form, the Ecobee is going to be the thermostat that you're going to want. There is only one downside that I have found to the Ecobee. It has a very annoying little feature that it likes to hold anytime you change anything from an app or from anything other than its app. Is it a bug? They claim at Ecobee it's not a bug. Well, I'm going to conflict resolution that right now. It's a bug. It's lazy programming and it's shit. Fix it. Is it still worth it? Yes, it is. Are a lot of people annoyed with this and you could do much better? People at Ecobee? Yes. Yes, you can. Do I love it? Yes, it's the best thermostat I've owned. They fixed that one annoying feature. One. You'll be amazed at how many more people will pick this thing up. Just looking on the forums at how I could fix this or what was causing the holes, because I didn't know what was happening here at the start of buying this thing. I found a plethora of people complaining about the constant hold feature on this thermostat. Fix it up. Can you set it on the thermostat that it's supposed to take it off? You can. Does it work? No. 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 If you need help installing this puppy, if you like the honest review, give me a thumbs up. Did I miss something that you'd like to know about this thermostat? If I did, leave it in the comments down below, and I'll try to answer any questions that you guys have for me. Take care.